The part that I cherished the most was probably Altered Carbon for Netflix. I did a show. My friend called me up who created the show and said, will you come play this part? And I was already on a different show, so I couldn't do it. They ended up needing to recast someone, and I was available, but for this last role I had to gain a lot of weight. So I was about 200, almost 200 pounds, and I was really out of shape. And then I get the phone call again and said, hey, we were casting, how fast can you get in shape? I said, I don't think you know what I look like right now. What was special about that was this was one of the first people in Hollywood who saw me as a leading male. And she was this, she's an amazing lady who in 2008 casted me in The Bionic Woman. We're still friends to this day, and she calls me up and says, you're playing this role. I wrote the role for you. And so I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but I remember shooting that episode, and it was a $20-something million episode. For an episode of television, just to put it in context, is $4 to $6 million an episode is considered a big TV show. I mean, this episode was probably $25 million, and I got to be the lead of this episode. And I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to be the white guy in Hollywood. Like, you get the big slow-mo shots, and you get the big, all the big toys, and they're shooting you and making you look heroic and all these things. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing, and I can't believe it's taking me 20 years to feel this experience. And I only felt this experience one other time was when I shot a movie in Hong Kong. And I was the lead of this movie, and the roles were flipped. Like, all the small parts were white actors. They were in Hong Kong acting. And I remember, like, they weren't being treated badly. They were being treated like how I was being treated my whole career in LA. But it was really like, I was like, wow, that sucks. And then I realized that's what I went through. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that was probably my most cherished moment.